Warm welcome. This is Markus Termin at the 18th of June 2024. The Sun is in the sign of Gemini and the Moon is still in the sign of Scorpio as I'm speaking to you. Let me show you some interesting views on this chart right now. This is the chart of the very moment, Middle European summertime. I'm placed in Nuremberg right now. And as you can see, this is the Moon in the sign of Scorpio. Its position right now. The Moon is ready, the Sun is ready to enter the Moon sign. Cancer is not in Cancer yet, but Mercury and Venus are in Cancer. Now, who's ruling that chart? Who's the most important planet right now? Of course, Venus and Mercury in Cancer are being ruled by the Moon in Scorpio. The Sun in the sign of Gemini and Jupiter in the sign of Gemini are being ruled by Mercury. Mercury is in Cancer and Cancer is being ruled by Scorpio. Go over to the sign of Taurus. You see Mars is in Taurus, which is for the Taurus people a challenge, because Mars is pushing them, is opening up new spaces, is just kind of, let's use this modern word, nudging, go for it, open up new spaces, use Uranus for it, freedom fighting, but anyhow, they are ruled by Venus, and Venus, where's Venus? Venus is in Cancer and is being ruled by the Moon. Go over to the sign of Aries. Aries, where the Moon node resides right now, and Chiron, which means that's easy to get healing, positive, and hurting, negative, by the initiative sign of Aries. And it's also where to go, because that's where the Moon node is. But who's ruling Aries? Aries is being ruled by Mars. Mars is in the sign of Taurus. Taurus is being ruled by Venus. And Venus, again, is in the sign of Cancer. And Cancer is being ruled by the Moon. Go over to the sign of Pisces. Pisces is being ruled by old ruler is Jupiter, the new ruler is Neptune, and Neptune is residing at the very, very last degree of Pisces. Neptune is getting slower and slower, introducing in a few weeks his retrogradeness, and so is Saturn in the sign of Pisces. Now, who's ruling Pisces besides of Neptune? Neptune has sovereignty in the sign of Pisces and is ongoing in this decade one of the strongest planets, unimaginable strong. But Jupiter himself, the old ruler of Pisces, he's in the sign of Gemini. The ruler of Gemini is Mercury, and Mercury again is in the sign of Cancer. And Cancer is being ruled by the Moon. Go over to the sign of Aquarius. Aquarius is being ruled by old ruler is Saturn. He's in Pisces again. New ruler is Uranus, of course. And as we do it all over, it's all on Cancer. And Cancer is being ruled by the Moon. So we can stop the ruling scheme in the zodiac. There's two planets of full sovereignty right now. One is Neptune and the other one is Moon. And that's all water quality. That's all, after all, it's all hanging on the Moon. It's all hanging on to say it with a simple word, it's all hanging on the guts, it's all the inner feelings. This is what we are ruled by. This is, of course, obscure fears and fear-mongering at the negative side, and at the positive side, it's go way down, find out about deep psychological structures, find out about magical misleading and ruling, and get your clear own path. within this world. But as we see, it's on the situation of water signs. Now, coming back to this scheme, there's also a very simple scheme to find out how are the single zodiac signs feeling in this situation. What is their basic situation overall? And that's very simple too. The Gemini and the Virgo people, because Gemini and Virgo is being ruled by Mercury, are in the sign of Cancer. So they have the uncomfortable situation to being confronted with their own feelings again. Leo is being ruled by the Sun, and the Sun is in the sign of Gemini, so Leos will have to get on the move. They have to move. They have to get some Gemini informational movement, because Gemini is not sitting still, it's not having a simple day-to-day position, it's not comfortable, it's a sign of, get on the move. Going over to Virgo, besides of Lilith, who is still in Virgo, just getting to the corner of the Libra side, and the calculations of Lilith are not 100% sure anyhow, but the Virgo people are also, as I said, being ruled by Mercury. Mercury is up there in Cancer again, so also the Virgo people will have to face, as long as Mercury is in the sign of Cancer, the situation of getting confronted with their own feelings. And so is Libra. Libra is being ruled by Venus, and Venus is moody in the sign of Cancer. Go over to Scorpio, the holder of the moon right now, and you'll find the rulers of Scorpio, Mars and Pluto. Well, Pluto says Scorpio people need freedom. Aquarius, and also they need stability in Taurus, which is contradictive in some sense, though. So they have to think about the situation and how are they going to get along. Sagittarius people, high Sagittarius people, this is about Jupiter. Sagittarius is being ruled by Jupiter, and where do you find Jupiter? Jupiter is in the opposite side. This is like if you're playing around with tarot cards, this is the hanging person. This is the upside down situation, because Jupiter is in the opposite side, and says also, Jupiter people, you might be wise, you might be very wise, but you have a lack of information, so get on the move. Get on the move with Gemini. And then going over to Capricorn. Now the Capricorn people are in a difficult situation, because Capricorn always has around 2.5 years of the ruler Saturn in one sign. You could say this is kind of boring, because all those other signs, they have constant changes, especially the sign of Cancer, but Capricorn kind of does not have it. But this is not 100% true, because Saturn gets aspects all over and all the time. So there's fluctuating changes, of course. But in general, what happens to Capricorn people is, with Saturn in Pisces, they are kind of losing their hold, because this is a floating situation. This is a pontoon bridge. This is very hard for Capricorn people to hold their stability, to hold on what they believed all life through, because Saturn is in the sign of Pisces. That's a problem for Capricorn people. Now, Aquarius people, we had that before. Aquarius people are being ruled by Saturn again, which is the same complications as Capricorn people. On the one side, and on the other side, to repeat myself, it's Uranus up in Taurus, so they are on the road to how are we going to have freedom on the one side, and on the other side is how are we going to do that if structures are dissolving. And then overall, of course, the Piscean people, on the one hand, it's Jupiter that the Piscean people have to follow, which means, okay, there's also a lack of information, get more knowledge, get more information. And on the other hand, the Pisceans are in full sovereignty, which means they have to live the sovereignty too, because the Piscean people are the ones who decide what's right and what's wrong, what's true and what's just disinformation and stuff like that, you know. And if you look out on the world stage, who's Piscean? For instance, the Mister who leads the so-called NATO, you know, I'm not going to speak in clear words. He's a Piscean person, and see how he's losing ground. You know, that's the situation. Finishing this report on Aries. Hope I got the whole zodiac through. We are with the Mars people because Aries is being ruled by Mars, and the job of Aries people is obviously with Mars in the sign of Taurus to catch new ground. Well, this is the overall situation for now. The moon is going to change tomorrow in the sign of Sagittarius, 6:30. This is how long this situation will stay, and I think I'm not going to be able to make a movie tomorrow morning because there's another plan. Maybe I have the time to put one out in the afternoon. Maybe we have to miss one of those videos tomorrow. Anyhow, this is Markus Termin speaking for you, Astrologisches Stundenbuch. If you like to get in contact with me, this is the address to get an explanation and a real workout of your personal chart, how this fuzzy business works out in your personal chart. We'll find a straight direction for you. Thank you for listening. This is Markus Termin at the 18th of June 2024. Okay, we're not going to repeat.